Hello and welcome back to Advanced Hwoarang Lessons. Today, we'll cover some moves that you jump, like up T plus 4, up forward T plus 4, up forward 3-4, up back 4, and the one move that I'm holding back because that is the lesson for today, up 4. 16 frames, little mid, and transition to RFS. What can you do with it? And what does it do? More on it soon. So, up 4, as I mentioned earlier, it is 16 frames. As you can see, the frame data says 16 to 18, but roughly all the time when you're pressing up 4, from whatever position you're in, let's say you're already in crouching, you press up 4, it just comes out at 16 frames. You're at a +5 situation, +7 situation, still comes out at 16 frames. So that's great. Usually it's a 16 frame move. And this 16 frame mid kick that transitions Hwoarang to RFS is +11. More precisely, +11G. So your axe kick pretty much should go in, right? Because there's only 1 frame leeway. Because again, it's +11 on hit. So your opponent's pretty much locked at that point. There's not much they can do in that situation. And then you can hit them in with the 50-50, RFS back 3 or RFS down 4-3. Down 4-3, take your pick. But the axe kick in general will just never get interrupted. Don't believe me? Let's bring it. Let's bring a repeat action. Record up 4 RFS DF4. I'm gonna walk forward and press. Yeah. That's already a 10 frame jab. Again, it's +11 on hit. The next thing is that it's +3 on block. +3 on block means it's the same as 1-2-4 on block. And any other +3, whether that be left flamingo or right flamingo, means a couple of things. Number one, your jabs will trade. So if I up 4 RFS 2, I will trade with the opponent's jab. But also, since this is not LFS and this is RFS, you have the RFS F4 mix-up. Again, links in the description below for that, the whole explanation of how this works. But that's what's gonna safeguard you or protect you for the most of the time when you press up 4. Your opponent's gonna think of that. They're gonna think about this move, RFS F4, as soon as you press up 4 on block. Now on counter hit, just like every other Hwoarang move in his arsenal, you'll never be able to confirm when it's counter hit. RFS F4 will go in because this move is +11 on counter hit. So essentially it's the same as it's when it's on hit. You just remove the G. So it's not good anymore. It's better. It's great. Because that will go in and now you're +12 at RFS F4. But nothing else. Again, because you don't have an 11 frame move. Only RFS F4. That's all. Now, of course, you did notice that this move does jump, right? He takes a little hop before he does a mid kick. So this move does low crush. So an opponent does something that high crushes. And of course, it's a high crush that, where they go low, not where they go to the side or move away, sway away from the opponent. It will crush. So let's say, let's take a situation like forward 2 into up 4. Let's say your opponent wants a challenge with a down jab. Ooh. Yeah. But of course, there are some caveats. Sometimes if the opponent just presses it immediately, you lose. But other times, you'll win. So it's kind of like really reliable in terms of low crushing moves. So if you want to just like use it, and it's a low crush that puts you in an advantage, right? Because unlike, let's say, up T plus 4, yeah, if it hits, it's a launch. But if it gets blocked, you're -7. Or what if you do up forward T plus 4? If it hits, yay, +8, 30 damage. And of course, it's a +8 that's tricky to use. Links in the description again for that video. But if it's on block, you're punishable. -10 and -13 respectively. Okay, what if you do Hunting Hawk? That's slower, number 1, and it's a launcher, but you're also -8 on block. So it's one of your low crushes there that if they block it, I still got something. That's what's great about this move. And you can do it from RFF, you can do it in LFF, and you can do it while you're crouching. So very versatile move. But what's its downside? I am sad to report that up 4 has no tracking whatsoever. You need to believe it to see it. I'm going to become +7 after a jab. After a flamingo jabs, particularly LFS1. That's sidestep left. How about sidestep right? None. no matter what your frame advantage is, except a couple, all right? It will still track in a couple, or rather, not that it would track. It's just like your opponent really can't get out. Let's say FF3 on hit. Never mind. Forget what I said. It just... No tracking on up 4. None. And that's like one of the most advantageous situations Hwoarang has that still leaves him in RFF or in LFF. Because again, the other moves that give massive frame advantage, they're in stand. That's RFS. This is also RFS. This is Left Flamingo. So, wait, there's another one we can try. It's called Forward 2. That's +9 already, dude. You see what I mean? No matter your frame advantage, you will lose. So what covers it if it has no tracking? Well, obviously all the other options that work. So if I do Forward 2 into RFF-DF4, your opponent can't step that. RFF-DF4 is not steppable at that frame. Or that frame advantage. So if the opponent now second guesses themselves, they're like, okay, I got hit by a Forward 2, and the Hwoarang that I've been fighting has been pressing out RFF-DF4. I can't get out. So maybe they stop thinking about stepping because they can't step there anyway, and you've been just like committing to this the entire time in the set. Now you can change it. You can alternate it with something else. I can up 4 now. I don't know why you'd want to move from a +7 situation to a +3 situation, but essentially that's what you could do. And that's not just for Forward 2. Let's go with RFS 2. Backlash is gonna cover you, right? If not Backlash, RFF DF3. If not that, 2-4. You got the down 3-4 as well. So like, because there's a plethora of options that the opponent already has to handle, up 4 can squeeze in and be like, hey, do you know me? Just saying. Are you prepared to like handle what I got? Or it's like to just change up some timings. And it's also, again, one of the other moves that will low crush. So you can low crush and hit an opponent pretty much all at the same time. And that's really much its like main usage. So you, while standing 4-4, they're gonna think about stepping RFF DF4, and you've been hitting them with the RFF 2-4 or an RFF 2. While they step, they're gonna get hit by that. So you're like, okay, if they decide not to step, or you want to like check them if they're stepping again, and instead of doing an RFF DF4, you press an up 4. That could be one. So it's just a neat thing to have, wherein you can like change up your opponent's reactions and like, hey, I have another way to like continue pressure, even if like there's no tracking on the move, right? And while it may have no tracking and you can use it that way in neutral or in offense, even for defensive purposes, running away up 4, you can use it in combos. And mainly my favorite place to use it is in Backlash. This is a combo, one of my combos, and you end up with 78 damage to this. Not bad. It's really good combo filler. You can do it off, let's say, back 3. You want to do a lower season 2 BNB for whatever reason, be my guest. But as you can see, the fact that I'm dropping it over and over again means it's not advisable to do. But if you would change it, let's say, to make it easier, let's say back 3, up 4. Okay, RFS back 4 will not connect. But if you do, like, say, 1. Okay. Then you can, like, even use it as combo enders. Let's say you ended on that, and then you can go here, and now you're an RFF. Like, that's an option you could do. But it's not really the best of, let's say, combo fillers. But you can use it as such. And you can also use it as a wall ender. I'm going to swap stages here to get there. We'll use geometric plane to demonstrate some wall combos. Because there are 2 wall combos for it. One where you do it off a combo and you get wall carry to a wall splat. And then there's one where you get it straight up, a launch at the wall, whether that be really high wall splat or a regular wall splat. I'll just be demonstrating 2 wall combos that you do if you want to do up 4. So let's say we do the regular Season 1 B&B. We get the wall. The wall combo here is into RFS back 3. So that's 77 damage. That's not bad. If you compare that to your regular wall B&B, is it comparable? 77 to 82. The math will be on screen But it should be all right for the most part if you want to do it. If you know your cheese very well and know your combos very well, you can be like, hey, let me end it on this. And they're like, damn, he really knows, or they really know their damage, their combos. So that's on, what do you call this? If you do it off wall carry. What if you get it at the wall? Because obviously, you still have more room to do stuff, most especially if it's a high wall splat. The one you can do is RFS 2, forward 3, and then 3-3. LFS 3-3. That's 44 damage. I couldn't find another one of a high wall splat. So if you know one, please put it in the comments of this video. I would love to know if there's a high wall splat up 4, because this one will not squeeze in. Up 4 wall combo. So that's pretty much up 4 in general. Nice hopping move that you can use to shake up your timings, and even like just straight up low crush and use it on defense as well. One of the defensive ones I love using it on, although I'm not super consistent on it, is like, let's say Yoshimitsu sword sweep. Instead of pressing an orbital, although I feel like you should be pressing the orbital more often than not, you should get up 4. And then now you have Yoshimitsu at plus 11 counter hit. You can get your RFS F4, and then now you're like, what again? Right. That. And now Yoshimitsu has to deal with that. And now you're in the RFS F4 mix-up versus Flash. You know, because it's Yoshimitsu. Yeah, for situations like that, up 4 is very, very valuable. But yeah, try it out. Throw out the move while you're throwing out some strings. And maybe you'll like it. Or maybe you'll even like it in some of your combos. Who knows? But yeah, up 4 could use some usage, I feel. Because I don't see it at all a good number of times when I'm watching some Hwoarang matches on YouTube, or even on Twitch or on any other streaming platform. Just like up F4, try to use it from time to time and see where it takes you. If it's really not for you, it's not for you. But if you can use it, then you've mastered another layer of Hwoarang before Tekken 8 comes out. Again, 4 more months. It's crazy. But, you know what's not crazy? The next advanced Hwoarang lesson over there. I'll see you there if you click on that, though. In the meantime, I've been Frontier, and that's been the lesson for today. See you around.